Ready? Thanks everyone for coming this afternoon. I really appreciate it because I know this is a tough time after lunch sometimes, but between all of us, we'll get you going, right? Okay. So today we're talking about the awakening the goddess in every woman, the path to human evolution. And this is something I've been focused on for many years, so I'm excited to present this topic. First of all, I'd like to say it's been a 27-year journey for awakening that goddess within me. It's been a bumpy ride sometimes. Sometimes it's been fun. Sometimes it's been a great learning journey. Sometimes there's been tears. But the basis of all of that is getting to know the I am presence within me, okay? Getting familiar with the essence that I call my soul that lives inside this body. And with the power of learning about the goddess within, then we can go out and do whatever we need to do in the world in a big, big way. And it's really needed at this time of human evolution. One of my favorite teachers is Barbara Marx Hubbard. In fact, in a minute we're going to have a short clip from Barbara because she's the woman that I have followed and learned a lot about human evolution, okay? And what's happening right now in our systems is that our systems are breaking down, but Barbara is always so positive about that. She says they have to break down in order for us to recreate, or else we wouldn't have the motivation to recreate this new earth. And really that's what's going on. Mother Earth is ascending. I'm sorry if you can't, some of you can't see me. Is this better? Okay. Okay. Make yourselves comfortable. Okay, so the major thing I want to focus on today, and I'm going to show you in a little experiment. I've asked a couple of friends to come up and join me and to really show in real time how this is felt when we know our spirit within inside. Okay, I need one more volunteer. Can someone come up? Very good. Thank you so much. Okay, so will both of you come up? Okay. Both of you? No, I only need one person sitting at a time. So this is what this chair has said. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Okay, you sit down. Perfect. I'm going to ask you to hold the Merkaba, okay? And the Merkaba is going to signify this is your energy inside. This is the goddess within inside of you, and it's going to try to get out. So I want you to picture it as a ball of light. It's in your body, and we're going to ask you to self-contain it. Are you okay with us touching you just for a minute? Okay. So we're going to help hold that energy inside, and we're going to give you a minute, and you're going to focus on watching that ping pong inside your body, trying to get out. And then in a minute, when I count 1, 2, 3, you're going to let it out, and I want you to feel the difference, okay? All right. So you focus. We're all going to touch her, and we're going to help hold this energy inside, okay? And you picture this energy being stuck inside your body and it cannot get out. And really focus on how that feels. It's trying to get out through your mouth. It's trying to get out through different places. It's all contained. It can't get out. Okay, we're going to count to 3. And in 3, you're going to let that energy out. And we're going to let our hands off of you, okay? 1, 2, 3.
Yes, so it's out.
Tell me about that.
So the containing part, I was imagining a flower inside of a cage. That's what I was thinking about. And also, you know, like when you feel like you want to cry, but you're really not able to cry, whether it's you're in the front of people, you feel like, okay, or just basically it's not coming yet. You know, like that ball of something is bursting inside of you. You want to cry, but you really don't want to cry. So when you said it's about to come out, I've just pictured tears rolling down and just something flying out. So that's why the ball flew.
And now does it feel? How does it feel now that it's out? Do you feel the difference?
Yeah, it's like your shoulders are light. You cried it out and you're good and everything is fine.
Great. Okay. Can we try one more? I just want one more person to. You stand up because you're going to be part of this too. But one of the other girls sit down. Okay. One more time. Okay. You want to try it? Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. Go ahead. Okay. Quick. And we'll be quick. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for doing this. Okay, so we're going to hold that ball of light. It's inside of you. It can't get out. It's ping-ponging all around inside. Really take a moment and feel that. This is your spiritual essence stuck inside this body. And on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
What do you feel?
I actually didn't feel too much different. I honestly could see a black with a white outline kind of a thing. And when I opened my eyes, I had actually closed my eyes. So when I opened my eyes, I felt nice.
Okay, good,
Yeah.
good. Okay. All right, thanks, ladies. We're good. We don't want to take too much time, but usually when you do that exercise, you can really, in real time, feel your energy in a different way. This is the energy that's so important that the world needs at this time for what we're going through, for the ascension process. So I invite you to all to shine that light, to let everyone that you bump up against really feel that essence that you really and truly are. Okay, so next couple of slides, we're going to speed this up because I know we're short on time. Okay, yeah, we did that. Okay, I used to be a workaholic. Okay, so when I first started the awakening process, and this is really important, I'm going to mention this because so many cultures revere workaholism. Work, 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 work for that paycheck. When we overwork, we have no time for our own spirituality. We have no time to go deep within and really feel who we are, okay? The dark forces would really like that, would like us in slavery, because there's no reckoning with a woman who is full of spirit. So I would just caution you in your own lives, realize that. Do not overwork for yourself. Give yourself time for that spiritual being that you really and truly are, okay? All right, next slide, please. Okay, and are we goodness? God is. I ran into someone earlier today that really wasn't comfortable with the word goddess. Okay, I really truly believe that there's a God inside of each and every one of us, and that's who we are, okay, at the core. So whatever word that you would fits for you, use that word. Okay, so I already did that. Okay, next slide, please. I did that, okay. I'm a little ahead of myself. I'm trying to hurry up. Okay, so now we're going to play this clip. This is one of my dear teachers, Barbara Marx Hubbard, who really knows about human evolution.
Would you like to have evolutionary eyes and see the whole story of creation in 1 minute? Well, here it is. You see that spiral and the wheel? It starts with the glow, with the origin of creation, the infinite, the mind of God, the universal intelligence. And you see coming out of that tremendous mystery a jump, energy, matter, life, animal life, human life. You see it going around every turn of the spiral. And here's what you discover when you look at it. Every turn of the spiral leads to more consciousness, more freedom, and more complex and loving synergistic order, as from single cell to animal to human to you and me now. And then look at the wheel, it's our turn on the spiral. I think it started in 1945 when the US dropped the first bombs on Japan. Suddenly we had powers of gods, but we were not good gods. That turn on the spiral we call the wheel of co-creation. If you look at it, you'll see right at the hub of the wheel, the core of the spiral is coming through our hearts. It's a new sacred space in evolution. And when you look at those sectors, which we'll describe later, every sector is some human endeavor. Health, education, economics, science and technology, and they're filled with projects that work in every field. And while systems are breaking down everywhere, they're also breaking through. The wheel of co-creation is going to help us connect that which is working and see the emerging world in our midst. And when we see it as the next turn on the spiral, and we realize that every one of us is part of that turn on the spiral, we get animated by our own vocation. we get what I call vocational arousal. We get excited to be part of the turn on the spiral. And when we enter into that wheel, we're going to find friends, colleagues, project, people that are now working, turning the wheel toward what? The next stage of evolution. We could call it a co-creative culture, a universal humanity, homo spiritualis. There is no full name for it because we are creating it now. The foundation for conscious evolution was formed by inspiration of the whole story of creation and how we can best participate in it. Please enter the wheel and find your place, and let's be part of reinventing the wheel. Thank you.
She is so incredible. 86 and travels the world and still going strong. Okay, she says this, and I'm going to end, okay? And if you could just do one more, oh no, this is the last slide. Okay. We are the only beings ever on any planet to know that we are evolving as we are evolving. Okay, that light that goes through the wheel, ladies and gentlemen, we are that light, okay? We're not searching to go to heaven. We are creating heaven on earth as we speak. We're already into the new earth, and we need to create. So this is some of the things that I'm still involved with. I'm involved in new things all the time. I want to help. I want my stamp on why I came to planet Earth. So I'm so happy to see all of you here interested in this subject, and I would encourage you to see what your vocation in this new earth is and go for it. What Barbara says is all we need is a yes. That's all we need. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Our next lead speaker is?
Oh, okay. So good afternoon, oh my gorgeous ladies. We all know that wearing heels is very instrumental in a woman feeling elegant, feeling confident. But however, women are having problems wearing heels. A lot of women are injuring themselves. They're having back problems. They're having feet problems. This is a time now that we now can be educated on how to master the art of wearing high heels. And that's what I'm here to give you some insight to how to do that today, ladies. Now, excuse me, posture speaks volumes. We know that if you walk into a boardroom or you have to walk anywhere along the street to meet your friends, you walk into a room, you want to walk into that room with good posture, you want to walk into that room with confidence, because the minute you walk through that door, the people in that room have summed you up in 1 second. They know whether they've bought into you or not just by the way that you present yourself. So if I walk into the room and I've got a collapsed posture and I've decided to present myself as a confident person, well, immediately you're going to know that I'm not really telling the truth because my posture is speaking for me. If I walked into a room with confidence, upright, very poised, and able to walk in my stilettos across the floor, then trust me, I will be the talking topic of that room, and so will you. So I have a technique called the Alexander Technique. Who's heard of the Alexander Technique here? Okay. Now, the Alexander Technique is the foundation principle to wearing high heels. I'll tell you very briefly how I got involved in this. I'm a singer-songwriter. I was born with a voice to sing. I've toured the world with many greats, Eric Clapton, Bob Dylan, Seal, The Who, touring around the world on stage, dancing for 2 hours a night in high heel shoes. I had chronic lower back problems, and after a 1-year tour with Eric Clapton, I couldn't wear high heels anymore. somebody told me about the Alexander technique. I'd never heard of it before. Up until then, I'd visited chiropractors, osteopathies, physiotherapies, but the pain still kept coming back. I realized when I discovered the Alexander technique, it was something about the way that I was moving that was causing me to have this back problem. So the way that I was moving needed to be re-educated. So I started having Alexander lessons, and to my surprise, my back was getting better and better and better. My teacher encouraged me to become an Alexander teacher, and I took 3 years out of my singing and modeling career, studied the Alexander technique, and when I graduated in 2002, after developing the concept of how to master the art of wearing high heels, I was back in my killer stilettos, dancing, singing, wearing them all day, all night. And I can say today that I'm a living testimony of my work because I do not have any back problems anymore. So yeah, so it really does work. So this is what I'm here to and a lot of you ladies have seen me wearing high heels all day and all night throughout this whole forum, and I honestly do wear my heels all day and all night, and I know how to strap my stuff. So I want to show some of you ladies here the technique. Now, the foundation principle is the Alexander technique. The Alexander technique teaches the human body how to achieve perfect posture. It teaches you how to move with grace and ease, and it helps you to coordinate your body so that you can glide and you can feel very much centered within yourself. It helps to focus your mind. I mean, these are just a few of the benefits of the Alexander technique. It's very, very respected within the medical field, within the field of science, and the world of education. So ladies, consider this as education, okay? So now we're in 2016, we're going to be educated on how to get it right. Too many women are injuring themselves. Too many women have back problems. Too many women struggle all day, and you know, the whole evening could be a disaster because she's dressed to the nines and she's got these shoes on that she has to wear. You know, the has to have ones, ladies. Come on, we know. And then the whole evening is a disaster because your feet are killing you. You cannot wait to get home, to fling them off into the corner, and you vow never to wear them again until the next occasion. Isn't that the truth? Okay, ladies. So I'm going to ask somebody to come to the chair, and I'm just going to give you a demonstration very quickly of the Alexander technique and the power of this work. Please come to the chair. Please welcome Anita to the chair, please. Okay, Anita, just stand up for 1 second. I'm just going to, please give her a round of applause. Please give her some love. Okay, so Anita, can you stand here to the left a minute now? Now, we're talking about use of oneself. If I were to sit into this chair and I had no conscious awareness of how I was moving or using myself, I might make 10 moves to sit into this chair. I might go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and end up any old how in this chair. However, if I was consciously aware of how I was moving and I was educated in my movement, I need only make one move to make an efficient move in this chair. All I need ever do is direct my knees forwards. Now, when I direct my knees forwards, what happens here? My ankle joints fold, my knee joints fold, my hip joints fold. And if I continue to direct my knees forwards, I would make that move very elegantly, very effectively. I wouldn't have put any strain or pressure on my body. And if I were to stand and sit like this all day, I'd be much more efficient. I'd have no back pain. And very strong legs too. Can you see, ladies? And of course, it looks very elegant. And this is what we want, ladies. We want to be able to be very elegant in ourselves. So I'm going to work with you in and out of the chair. So when I take you into the chair, because you might not be used to moving like that, it might make you feel like you're falling backwards. But don't worry, I'm here to guide you. I'm taught to put my hands on your body, specifically where muscle groups cross, to promote the lengthening and widening of tight and shortened muscles. This happens by me sending stimulus to the body, and the stimulus is just as if my hand were hot or cold. That's the stimulus, and the stimulus is sent all the way down to the spine, and it releases all of the tiny muscles along the spine outwards. So for example, if you did have a poor posture, or you felt that your head was pulled forwards, or you felt you was a lady that walked along in your high heels over bended knees, you would then get the sense that your head is beautifully poised on the spine, your shoulders would now live where they're supposed to live, and everything would then become much more in alignment. And when you can learn to stand at ease and sit with ease, then you can take that into your movement. You see how it works, ladies? Okay, so can I just ask a lady to come and just hold the microphone to my mouth while I'm giving this Alexander lesson? Thank you very much, thank you. And, okay, so, this is how it is. And also, I'm also taught to contact your nervous system. So if there's a strain or underlying stress in the body, the nervous system calms down. So what happens is that you actually just become a lot calmer within yourself. You can balance yourself. You can feel as though you're in yourself, because a lot of the time our minds are scattered all over the place, and everybody talks about presence. You know, when somebody walks into a room and you say, my goodness, that person has such presence. What actually is presence? It's the gift of the moment. So if you're in yourself and you are actually present, you will have such an impact and such a power when you walk into anywhere, whether you're walking on the street, whether you're walking into a room. And basically this work is very, very gentle, which is why I loved it so much, because when I was suffering with chronic lower back problems, the chiropractic work, and you know, I'm here to enhance everybody, but that didn't work for me because I found it a bit harsh. It was stressful. But this work was so gentle and so beautiful that it was a wonderful way to heal my body in such a way that I hadn't healed before. So, that's fine, sorry. So normally an Alexander lesson will be for about half an hour, but we don't have half an hour. So I'm just going to give Anita, excuse me, a short experience. So I'm just going to take you into the chair. Beautiful, that's it, wonderful. There you go, lovely. And this is the thing, because it makes you feel as though you're falling backwards, and it would be a cruel joke if the chair wasn't there. The chair is absolutely there. So where you're sat now, Anita, is on your seating bones. Now, I can see a lot of you that are sat today, and this is not a judgment, it's just an observation. Most people, when they sit down on their tailbones. So most of you right now where you're sat, you may be sat on your tailbone. But if you actually just thought about sitting up on your seating bones, like Anita, your seating bones are your best friend. When you sit on your seating bones, it allows the whole posture to change. It allows all the pressure to be taken off of the back. And you could sit here for hours comfortably at your laptop, in the car, at the dinner table. How many mothers say to their children, sit up, sit up, sit up? Exactly. And then the child might sit up for 5 minutes, and then they start to think about something else, and then they slump back again. It's because the body has gotten into a bad habit of movement, which you cannot get out of yourself. The body has to be re-educated. And this is what the Alexander technique does. It re-educates the human body to achieve perfect posture and alignment. And once this body is nicely released, look how beautiful she sat here. Once the body is nicely released, then we can go into our stilettos, because a lot of women are walking in stilettos and they're totally out of balance, which is why these common problems are arising, okay? Now, to the onlooker, it looks as though there's not much happening. And this work is so subtle, but so powerful. Please don't underestimate the power of this work. And I actually think that the things, you know, Mother Nature is one of the, you know, she's very subtle, but she's very powerful. And that's why this work reminds me of, you know, the depth of Mother Nature, because it gets to the core of the matter very gently, and it's long and lasting. And it's one of those things, you could sit here and you can think, this is not working, this is not working, this is rubbish, that you don't have to have any thoughts in your mind about anything. You don't have to go away and think, oh my God, I have to walk like this, I have to be like this. It will happen to you. That's the beauty. It will happen to you without you having to even think about it, because your muscles are being re-educated. So just taking it to stand, there you go, beautiful. You see? You see the elegance of how she just even stood. You know, this is about moving with ease. A lot of us are moving and we're very heavy. And don't think, even if you are a larger lady, that you can't wear your stilettos, because you can. Because with this work, you become a lot lighter on your feet. Your body becomes much more fluid. And I work with plus size models. I mean, the smallest model is 18, size 18, and the largest model is 24. And I see these ladies swan down the catwalk and glide like they're on air. So don't think, if you have size, that you can't wear your heels. Once you're with this principle, you'll be fine. So I'll just take it. There we go. Beautiful. Do you see this? Do you see this? Do you see the ease in how she's beginning to move already? And this is only a few minutes. Yeah? The ease. So this is the foundation principle of the Alexander technique. How does it feel?
It's an incredible feeling, and it's funny. I feel like a tingling in my neck. Yeah. So when you had your hands there, it felt like I was stretching up, and that's one of the areas I find that I've got most problems with is the upper back and hunching. So it's really quite powerful.
Sure, a lot of women have a lot of tension in the neck and the shoulders, and this will help to release that. You get the sense of spiraling upwards. That's the beauty. So it's almost like you define gravity with this work. You spiral upwards, so you get that natural poise, just like a blade of grass with roots, but you're upright and fluid. There's nothing stiff or rigid about it. And then what happens is then the body, the functions of the body, once the posture's improved, now the liver, the heart, the kidneys, the intestines, they can do their job properly because there's nothing restricting it. There's no pressure. So if you need to know more about the Alexander technique, please just Google it. You'll see all kinds of scientific reports. You'll see how it's been instrumental in education. Children, this is fantastic work for children who are growing up, that are, having to grow into their bodies, have to coordinate themselves. For the elderly, for everybody, it's so powerful, this work. Okay, so I'm just going to take you out the chair now. Oh, there we go. But then you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to give you a little walking experience so that you can walk with this feeling and with this upright, natural feeling. So here we go. One second. Okay, so I'm just going to give you the idea that the head is beautifully poised on top of the spine, nicely balanced. So we're just, you see how she moves easily? There we go. There we go. And there you go. You're gliding now. See? There you go. Beautiful. Beautiful. See how you take? Ooh, there you go. So this is what happens. You get the sense that you've got your head beautifully poised. You know where your head is at. Yeah? You get that sense? Yeah. You're welcome. Now, when this principle is in place, then you're ready to wear your heels. Because now you're going to be wearing your heels from an upright, poised, free, relaxed position. There'll be no stiffness in the way you move. I just want to give you ladies another quick tip, because I know time is ticking. A lot of us ladies are buying high heel shoes that unfortunately are not good for us. Now, I've discovered the rocking test, and when you all go home, I want you to do this, and I want you to post on social media, let me know how many shoes in your closet rock. Because if they, and I don't mean rock in a good way, like, yo, this is rocking. It's rock in a bad way. Because if they rock, you drop. Now, a high heel shoes, now a lot of you saw me wear these shoes on stage the other night, and I have to say that I did have a little wobble because the stage was very uneven, so I had to negotiate myself. But it's all about the recovery. If I didn't have this principle in place, maybe I would have come down on my ankle, and please, to come down on your ankle in this, the ambulance would have been taking me off of the stage. Yeah? So we really want to make sure that shoes are very, very stable. Now, how to test to see if a shoe is stable? You take your index finger and you tap the back of the shoe. There should be no movement. Can you see this, ladies? This is what constitutes a stable shoe. You don't want to play that at this minute. No. Thank you. This is what constitutes a stable shoe. An unstable shoe is a shoe like this. Can you see how unstable this is? Can you see this, ladies? Now, if you've got a pair of shoes like this, every single time you take a step, you're going to have to negotiate this. So imagine if you're walking on the street or in an uneven surface, it becomes a hazard. And then what will happen? Mamma mia, you're in the streets on your face and you don't even know how you got there. Let's not do this, ladies, to ourselves. It's health and safety in heels. You might even have a pair of shoes that one foot is stable and the other one rocks. Can you see? And then you're out and about, you're thinking, why is my ankle hurting me? You come home, you think, my God, my ankle is hurting me. Well, all night you've had to negotiate this unbalanced shoe. It's a problem. So when you go shoe shopping, test the shoes. And I have to say, until my shoe line is actually here, you're going to have to take your much longer to shoe shop, because now you know this knowledge. Every time you go to the shoe shop and you do the rocking test, you're going to see that a lot of the shoes rock. A lot of them do. But there are some stable ones out there. So take your time to go and shoe shop and find the stable ones, because it is like night and day wearing an unstable shoe and a stable shoe. Okay, ladies? So I want to just let you know that I have a book called Mastering the Art of Wearing High Heels, 10 Hot Tips. If you'd like a signed copy of this, please come and see me after. This has got this is like your high heel Bible. When you're going out, it's got everything that you need to know to give you the tips. Obviously, the Alexander Technique is a hands-on principle. So if there are Alexander Techniques teachers in your countries, or you'd like me to come to your countries, or you want to come to Jamaica and visit me and I'll give you lessons there, or London, it's on, okay? Now, I want to give all of you a walking in stilettos experience. Now, I can't do it in here because there's carpet and the time is ticking by. So when we do finish in here, I want to see everybody outside, and the whole of that walkway is going to be our catwalk. And I'm going to give you all an experience of how to actually walk with an empowered feeling, and just give you these hot top tips so that when you're next putting your high heels on, you've got this lovely bit of education that's going to help get you through your day. Is that okay, ladies? Okay, so now you can play my little video here, and we'll see you guys outside when we've finished, okay?
Women love high heels for the look, not the comfort. For most part, it is a challenge. Even models fall over on the catwalk. I have discovered that poor posture is a major cause of this challenge, and even day-to-day sickness. I am China Wine, the high heel guru, and I have mastered the art of wearing high heels using the Alexander Technique, and I am sharing my secrets. The Alexander Technique trains your body to achieve perfect posture and move with grace, ease, and empowerment. My teachings are quick to pick up, powerful, and long-lasting. Women can now put aside their doubts and fears about their sexuality and who they are by becoming more gentle, yet more powerful, more effective and efficient, and more stunningly beautiful in high heels. To master the art for yourself, or if you would like to become a China Doll ambassador and teach a technique, email us today at info@walkingin stilettos.com or call us on 0203 189 1790.
Thank you, ladies.
Yeah, our next session is our next panelist. Here she will go.
I think it will be better for her because I can see the screen. Hello. Thank you very much for coming here and listening to me today. I'm going to present something of my original work. It's painting and poetry, but it deals with female energy. So, awakening of the goddess in every woman, the path of human evolution we are talking about. A concept, as a lot of us who are from India understand, it's a concept of Purush and Prakriti. It is about the nature within and nature without, and I personally feel that the female force needs to be more awakened in our male counterparts, because female or male, both of us have both the energy within us. Here I am presenting some portions of my forthcoming book, She, the Restless Streak. इसका दूसरा, इससे पहले, इससे पहले, इससे पहले, पहला पेज इसका, हाँ, yeah, हाँ. These are poems and paintings by me, and this deals with female force, the Prakriti, or the nature within. She is the effect, constantly in search of its cause. She is drastically and restlessly in search of an unknowable silence, the power beyond this universe. She is the energy, power, movement, change, nature. She is the principle of growth and the movement. She is the provider and the abundance. She is the one who offers nourishment, warmth, security, that hidden self within us. That is the inner goddess. She is the root of every experience of life. She is the active energy and that both creates and dissolves the entire universe. I don't know. There is something from Yog Vishisht that talks about female energy. Utterly fearless and uninhibited, it is the consciousness that brings into manifestation and sustains the infinite variety of being. From the creator to the blade of grass, it is ever dynamic, active, yet it is more inactive than a rock and is more unaffected by such activity than space. Poetry है उसमें, she descends. इससे ऊपर. Yes. Crisp autumn air, splendid bronze, marinated gold, silver and copper quilted the entire landscape. She descends the deepest splendor, the palette, for she has swallowed all the colors, the fire, the skyline, the setting sun, the formidable sea, the gold and orange burnt earth, the molten core, the cool clouds, bright and royal purple sky. Mystified, she is the queen, brilliant royalty, spreading the wings of life, beginning a limitless, enigmatic, imperceptible flight. Till it grays down, the cold, dry winter, till the glaring reality, life will cease to be. Till the lack of mystery engulfs the reasons, a quest for disguised, for she has swallowed her desire of life. So I go to the next slide. Next one. Next. Yeah. Entranced. A sketch on her body and flesh, rhymed an oceanic silence, entwined in one breath, spaces fell out, entranced. Thank you. Earthling. The dark, delicate strokes carved the void, molded an iconic flame. She, an earthling, raw in your sculpting hands, gushed into the life, nurtured by numinous touch, vitalizing, reaching out the hidden altitudes, submitting to the dreaded desolation, summiting depths in reverence. The vacuity glowed, the miraculous blazed, unrefined, undefined. Trembling flicker dampened the droning warmth, a desolated flame, a corned icon ripping off all luminosity, wriggled the dreadful apathies. Is this the culmination? Love? Then what was that blazed incessantly? Can we go to the next one? Yeah. She is no icon. Her feet strong, firm on ground. The earth supports her. The real in her longs to be revealed through layers, seeking identifications, undraped, unresolved, in a figureless, formless existence. In vain, she searches, an iconoclast. The title of the poem is Iconoclast. In vain, she searches an iconoclast beyond the turbidity of love. Will she find one in you? Charisma. Silence drizzles, the grass is still wet. The sun sets on the back of the camel, deserting daydreams. She wanders in lush jade jungles, tracks untrodden, leading into anonymity. The night unlocks mysteries, a full enigmatic tranquility, awake, roused, savors the other, the moonlight. She twisted passage of a deadly day, reflecting scapes. The clouds are coiled, shadows streaming hillside, a formidable climb. Insomnia enthralls, captivating the beaming hopes. Smolder daylight takes a leap, voyaging the void. The radiant night irradiates delving darkness. Silence. Yellow gold, the setting sun drips down the undulating mountain slopes. Into the dark valley, a slight breeze creaks through amidst the trees. Sun-bleached hard timber. A swift silence shreds the landscape, reflecting little mirror images engulfing the falling night, embracing the dark. Amidst this, she moves with grace, a restless streak in her eyes, holding herself rigid and austere. Her thoughts have chains. Sun moves across the sky, revealing colors, tints, and hues. The mindless, blending and bending, swamped in the deluge, silver, gold, gray, and green, reaching out the definitive gems, meanings within the scent. The stoned silence, sterility hits her very substance. Her mind numbs, stirred senses energized, invigorated with wonder. Was she more alive now than ever? Dusky silhouettes. The sun rose, the skyline yawned, the dawn arced. The stars spread the wings, consuming silent, dripping daylight, shaping dusky silhouettes. Contours, life whispered a melody, breathing sun and moon amidst stolen time. She was alive with the music. the strange symphony, ages in time. Metaphorical. Separated from the start, she longed to be with you, sunken in silence, but it was the void that greeted her, not you. Emptiness all over. Unacquainted shadows lingered. The need in her to see the stark certainty, her untouched, clear reflection in your searching eyes, met despair. Unrecognized, deserted, and dirty, she concealed herself from her being. Bizarre it is, desire that respires life, vanishes, afraid of being alive. No, she did not look for metaphors. Not anymore, never. A faceless face she is in a real-time display. Structured, showcased in a trendy way, masquerading behind the cleverly constructed images. The shadows persistently knock her doors and windows, crashing till they fall, fractured, ruptured in sharp splinters. Glassy images, shattering into shards, piercing, she bleeds. Her doors and windows are unyielding, unbending. They remain sealed and shut, heedless and distant, tweeting the reality every day, visionless to the silent charisma, obscurities around her hidden mystery book. She is a viral socialite, cybernetic, a Facebook page. Strangers. In the day's heat, she sought herself in you. Stranger you were, still are, silhouette in each other's eyes. Remnants of deflected time. Monotony, non-existence is claustrophobic. She fears remaining an outline. Your warmth lingers uncaptured, fading into opacity. She knew she will burn till the fire burns within. Winged visions, seizing the smothered moonlight, the shimmering earth. With her trembling hands, she desired ascending the rays, stepping the vast patio of sunlight, veiled behind the wet mists, dusty clouds circling the slanting sunshine, relishing the lilting notes, the beat, the rhythm, the days and nights. The dew and the drops, the twilight, the sheen and the shine, finally swallowing the thirst, vanishing appetites, the reflected light, imitations, fluttered, winged visions, soared spaces, melted, slumbered, the radiating rays, the sun, then muffled. Thank you. Thank you. And if you can just show the slide. Maybe the next one. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any questions or you want to add something? Any comments? Any questions? No questions. Thank you very much.